moving in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly.
Say hey, everyone. Welcome into another edition of Say Hey Plays. My name is Jose Bouquett. As you can tell by myself, I don't know what happened to good old Dom Ricci. I think he might have fallen asleep on me, which is all right. Shout out to my man Dom. Hopefully he is around and hopefully he can jump in whenever, because he had himself an eventful night, and hopefully he gets to see it or saw it all. But we'll talk about all that when we get there. Interesting game, or interesting day to say the least, of baseball. And shout out to everyone, because I got a little hiccup there. Shout out to everyone joining us late night. Appreciate you guys. The Say Hey Plays after dark. Say Hey Plays after dark. 15 minutes after after the playoff games ends of the night. And we appreciate all you guys watching live. Crypto-ish, AOD, Banana Bloat Float, Mad Stoney, Paco Healy, RVD 420, Benjamin Kingdom, Matt Stoney, and Benjamin. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And I'd like to do this, well, I'll say this. We'll test this. I'd like to test this out. Maybe not today or tonight, but tomorrow. Give the Blue Jays fans some time to heal. I'm going to open up the phone lines. And what I mean by that, I'm going to drop the link on my Twitter. It'll be underneath the tweet talking about this show. You'll have a little StreamYard link. You'll be able to jump in the show. And I want you guys to join in audio only. And we'll open up the phone lines and have you guys chime in if you guys want to. If you guys want to take 20 seconds, 30 seconds to talk about how shitty the Blue Jays are. I'm looking at you, Sky Dragon. Please do so. If you got a bet, you want to shout out as well, you shout that out too. So we're going to start doing that. I believe we're going to do that tomorrow. We're going to start that tomorrow, but I want to let you guys in on it, preview it here. And if you guys like the idea, let me know. Let me know. I want to see, testing out some new things, obviously. And this is a good place to do it. So thank you guys for watching. Now let's talk about the Blue Jays. Up 8-1. They fall. I'm not looking at that's funny, Sky Dragon. They fall 10-9 to the Seattle Mariners. Seattle Mariners advance. And it hurt. It hurt me. I was a big Toronto Blue Jays backer this whole year, this whole season. And they fall apart like that. Second biggest comeback in the playoffs ever. First was an 8-0 comeback by, you guessed it, the hometown faithful, the 1929 Philadelphia A's. They were down 8-0. And the Blue Jays, you're right, Harold. The Blue Jays choked it away. The bullpen, which has been a thing that has been spoken about by many Canadian viewers all the time, shit the bed like Banana Boat Float, saying horrid. Just a terrible, terrible, terrible collapse by them. Second biggest comeback, by the way, or third biggest comeback, by the way. 7-0 Red Sox were down against Tampa Bay in the top of the seventh. Now, we'll give it to Seattle, like maybe Blitzer Bobby is saying here. Seattle maybe gets some credit. 2 4-run innings. Helps them out there. Helps them out. Gives them all the way the boost. But I really do think it's a complete choke job by the Toronto Blue Jays. And Matt Stoney hits it on the head. Why are you taking out Gausman? Let him roll. Just let the man rock. He got him for a reason. And the premature hook there, or a little early hook, is just too costly at the end of the day. And giving that bullpen and Jordan Romano, who we all kind of, or at least I had my doubts about, really just tragic news for the Blue Jays. And I'm going to be interested to see what they do in the offseason. I have no idea where they go from here. Is it just load up on pitching? Probably some bullpen arms, sure, but maybe get some bats. We can obviously talk about that, the George Springer and fucking Bo Bichette play in center field. That's the play that's going to be replayed forever, and it's crazy. I cannot believe that it happened. And sometimes I'm looking at the score, I'm like, I still can't believe it. I had the Blue Jays as one of the AL favorites. As him and the Astros, obviously they're going to face up next round, so one of them we're going to go down either way. But going down like that's going to be tough. So I cannot wait to see what is going to happen there. Let's move on because Blue Jays fans have heard enough. It's going to be like this for the next couple of months. So prayers to Blue Jays fans everywhere. Cleveland, Tampa Bay. Not much to talk about, except I would say probably the funnest game to watch. I love the 1-0, 15 innings deep. It was like, wow, we were just going. And then Corey Kluber back at his own turf just lays up a slider a little bit too high. And we get a little walk-off home run there by Oscar Gonzalez, I believe it was. And man, oh man, I was excited about that because that started off the run today. That had a great day. A little 4-0, I believe it was. No, 5-0 day. 6-1 for the postseason now, up 4.9 units on the day. It was a great day. I mean, I'll say this. If I had a bad day and the Blue Jays got knocked out, I'd be in the ditch somewhere. Right there with Dennis Garcia. But luckily, we figured our shit out. We cashed Tampa Bay, Cleveland, first 5 under 3. Cash Toronto, Seattle, first 5 over 4. Cash Toronto, team total over 4. Cash St. Louis, Philadelphia, first 5 under 3.5. And cash the Guardians money line. So now we're looking good. Cannot complain at all. A little 5-0 day. And it makes us feel a lot better. I saw someone tweet me today that it's playoff Bouquett. Playoff Bouquett isn't engaged. So I had a good laugh about that. Now, Cleveland advances to face the Yankees. And you guys know what I stand on that series. We'll talk about that series tomorrow with my guy, Dabby Cab, and the Mets Padres series. Bobby Blitzer, we'll get to them right now. Don't you worry, Bobby. I got you, Bobby. But well, do we know where that stands? We'll have Moose Money, and we're going to have Dabby Cab tomorrow giving us the Padres side. Maybe I'll have Dommy Gunn on tomorrow since he might have fallen asleep on us tonight. But I want to see the Dabby, the little Moose Money, little Dom Gunn there, Padres, Mets. It's going to be exciting to watch. Now, as Mr. Blitzer Bobby is mentioning, we had another game tonight. Well, we had Phillies Cardinals as well. So we'll talk about them too, I guess, real quick. So Phillies Cardinals, a 2-0 win for the Phillies. Cash Phillies series. That was awesome. I was very happy for my guy Andrew, who was at the game. He's actually right now as we speak, he's like on the dugouts, just probably dancing his heart out, watching his Phillies advance. It's gonna be fucking tough to play the Braves next round. I was like, oh shit, is it the Braves? Yeah, Bobby, I'm sorry for the little tease there. I'm sorry for the tease, Bobby. But there's not much to say. The Phillies just outpitched them. The St. Louis Cardinals didn't bring their bats. Pujols played both games and didn't play poorly. Yachty didn't play poorly, got a hit on his last at bat. So it was kind of everything that baseball wanted it to be. I think the Phillies were the better team at the end of the day, just a more complete team. The offense was never there for the Cardinals, I think, consistently enough. And we'll see how that goes as well. Boy, oh boy, I can't believe that the Cardinals I can't believe the Cardinals blew that lead. After that 9th inning lead got blown last night, I kind of figured that it was going to be Phillies, but I wasn't confident enough. And obviously, my guy Andrews with his good mojo there as well. So shout out to the Phillies, which is going to be an interesting matchup, Braves Phillies. And again, we'll talk about that tomorrow when we preview all the series in the division series. Now, my guy Bobby, let's talk Padres Mets. Game just finished. The Mets they never make it easy. They fucking never make it easy. The score might be a little lopsided, but boy, oh boy, that is not how Mets fans felt throughout the night. Jacob deGrom kind of cruised for a little bit, cruise, and then Trent Grisham hit a home run, tie the game up, and that's when everyone's assholes start to go pucker up. We all got a little nervous. We got worried, and we were like, what's going to happen? And they ended up coming through. The bats came through, 7-3 final score. The Padres threatened a couple times, but the Mets bullpen comes through. A little questionable use of Mr. Diaz. A shocking use of him for me personally. I didn't think he was going to come out that next inning after sitting 4 innings, or 40 minutes, I should say. He was sitting 40 minutes, not 4 innings. Sat there for 40 minutes between innings, so I would have not done that. But it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. So That sets up our only game 3 and the only game we're going to chat about here tonight. So shout out to everyone, like I've mentioned, for watching us live here while we break down the game 15 minutes after the last game ends. We appreciate you guys watching live and those who watch on the replays as well. Drop a comment. Tell me what you guys are on. If you're in the live chat right now, drop a comment. If you're watching on a replay, let me know what you're on. I'd love to see what you guys think of this very, very fun Padres-Mets game we've got going on here. Say hey 164, small card, but everything to play for. We've got Musgrove versus Bassett. This was a pretty obvious pitching matchup. We saw it after the decision was for DeGrom yesterday. We knew this was coming. Bovada not having our lines out yet, but shout out to our friends at Bet Online. Use promo code PUBSPORTS for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. They've got the lines out available. Minus 130 now for the New York Mets versus Joe Musgrove. Plus 120 there. So the line's moving back and forth. Opened at minus 125. I refresh. It goes to 35. Now back down to 30. So it'll get I really think the Mets are the play here. I'll be honest. But we'll get into that. Joe Musgrove, let's talk about him first. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, 2 walks. As good of a start, the good of a last start you want going into the postseason against the, kind of dead but kind of surging Giants back then. So a good start there. And he has faced the Mets this year, though. And this is where we get down to the issue. It seems as if the Mets have Mr. Joe Musgrove's number here. And let's go through his career stats. This year, on the July, because now I know it's a 7-month. There we go. Good job by me. July 24th at the New York Mets. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks, 2 walks. Career against the Mets. 1-5 with a 5.83 ERA. And I was like, okay, maybe is these just Joe Musgrove's numbers from his Pirates days kind of affecting him? No. Last year, 0-2 with a 4.76 ERA. And I'm like, oh boys, this seems like it's just setting up perfectly for the Mets. Obviously, Chris Bassett is that big X factor. What are we going to get from Bassett? His last start against the Braves, we all kind of saw it. It was the last game in the sweep. 2 2/3, 3 hits, 4 earned runs there. Not a good one in a big pressure-packed spot against a really good Braves team, obviously. And I want to look back one start further back for Bassett because, that Brave start, obviously, I like taking those with a little bit of a grain of salt. The momentum was all with the Braves. They were at the Braves. Braves lineup is incredible. Think obviously you can get a little bit of relief here when it comes to the Padres versus the Braves lineup. At Oakland was his previous start before that. 8 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 Ks, 1 walk. Has gone against the ye old San Diego Padres twice. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, 11 Ks, no walk on the 23rd of July. And on June 8th, because that is after July, there we go. We're learning our numbers now. June 8th, 3 1/3, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks. Hoping that first start is a little bit of an aberration, I should say. And that second start's more of an indicator as well. The second best team against righties all year against the 14th best team against righties. Last 2 weeks, the Mets were better against righties. 135 weighted runs created plus, second best. 11th were the Padres last 2 weeks, 111. So all that to say, I like the New York Mets tomorrow. I think the Mets win. I think they come back, get this series. But I'm not betting the Mets money line tomorrow. I am not betting the Mets money line. Minus 130, just a little bit out of my price range. And unfortunately, since we came on so early right after the games to give you guys those instant reactions, be the first video out there to break down this game. No team totals yet. But my play tomorrow is going to be the Mets team total over. Now, I'm expecting with that low number there, that 6.5 full game, expecting a 3.5 to a 4 for that team total. I'll be happy with either one. Obviously, I would love a 3.5, minus 120. Minus 120 probably, I would guess, would be the number. But 4, maybe even plus 105 there. It would be my guess for those odds. But I like the Mets team total over. I think they get to Musgrove, and I think they can get to the bullpen as well. Bobby, Bobby, I should probably take the Mets money line here, but Bassett still kind of scares me here. I do have some trust issues, and I can just bet the Mets without worrying about Bassett. First 5, I also wouldn't hate as well. Mets bullpen can be nerve-wracking. It can be nerve-wracking, and I don't think we're going to get Edwin Diaz tomorrow. Well, I shouldn't say that because today was the first time all year he went back-to-back days on 20 pitches. And I could easily see him going again because everything to play for, it's the playoffs, et cetera, but I would be a little surprised. And obviously, if it's a one-run game, he'll probably get up, but it's just going to be a little scary. It's going to be a little scary having, again, he went first time in his season this year, going back-to-back relief appearances with over 20 pitches. Probably go again tomorrow. It's a shitty decision leaving him out there to begin the 8th inning, I think it was. So we'll see how that plans out for the Mets. For their sake, I hope it's not close. But Mets team total over 3.5 or 4 will probably be my place tomorrow. Excuse me. I'm going to refresh Bet Online and Bovada one more time before we head out of here. Minus 133 now for the Mets. And Bovada officially has it out now, and they're laying minus 140 for the Mets. Man, I guess, Bobby, you might be right. It might just be Mets the play because this line might be going up by the morning. I could see it going to minus 150 in the morning for all that Mets love tonight. So we'll see. I'm going to stick with Mets team total. I'll bet it in the morning when I get the line. Like I said, I'm expecting a 3.5 minus 120. We'll definitely see for sure there. And Matt Stoney, like I mentioned, those 2 starts, Bassett against the Padres, 7 innings, 2 hits, 4 hits, 2 earned runs there. And then that shitty one on the 8th of June, 3 1/3, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 6 Ks, 2 walks there. So it's going to be interesting to see which Bassett. Like I said, I'm hoping it's an aberration, that first start, and it was just a bad, feeling weird, whatever. And that second start is more of an indication of what Bassett does, especially since he's at home. But I'm going to be interested to see how it goes for sure. I'll be on that team total. I don't know how it's going to ride out for sure. Paco Healy, by the way, saying the Mets, the most public game on the board tomorrow. I'll side with the books. Give me that smoke, and he's going to take the Padres there. Shout out to Paco Healy. Bobby saying, Mets win this series. I have a series prop on them, and we'll be on their money line tomorrow there. Keith Gordon joining us. October baseball. It's a matter of inches. Let's go Mets there. Matt Stoney, thank you. And by the way, Keith, on the Mets, going down with his team, getting all that money. Paco, by the way, going a little reverse run line for the Padres, too. My reverse run line is minus 195. So, or you're probably taking that the minus instead of the plus, is what I'm assuming. So, yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how this all goes tomorrow. Michael Buñuela saying, how about just an over on the Padres? I do like the over. I will admit. I do think this is an over spot, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if this number went up to 7 before the beginning of the game, too. So I do like the over. If it kind of makes sense. If I like that team total over, I'd probably like the over as well in this game. My lack of trust in Bassett might lead towards runs, and there's just a worry about the Mets bullpen and what they're going to do with the 9th inning. Sky Dragon on San Diego as well. Interesting. Okay, we got that out, thankfully. So it should be interesting. Chris won. Oh, my God. I had Cardinals team total over 1.5 for the last leg of a parlay. Pain. Fuck that, man. Shout out to Chris one. Thank you for watching. And Matt Stoney. Matt Stoney saying, I'm going to smoke one for both of us. And Chris saying, smoke 2. I got you on the other one, Chris. I'll write one up for you tonight, my man. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I understand these late night say hey plays might be a little shorter. And shout out to the people watching on the rewatches in the AM. We cover these games. Like I say, we go live 15 minutes after that last game ends for the night. and we talk about what happened in the beginning of the show, the first 10 minutes, a quick recap of what happened, all that shit, all the crazy shit that's happened today. And then tomorrow it's going to be a fucking bloodbath. It is going to be an absolute bloodbath, and I cannot wait. Thank you, Bobby, Chris, Keith, Sky Dragon, all you guys. Thank you guys. Remember, I'm going to open up those phone lines. So follow me on Twitter at Jose Bouquett. I'm going to tweet out the StreamYard link. Join, audio only, and we'll get some potential plays, potential thoughts about the game tomorrow, and all that good stuff. I want to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion on the game. So if you're watching that replay, drop the comment what you're going to be on. I'm on Mets team total over. Let me know what you guys are on. And shout out to everyone watching this, especially because Sunday Night Football and Sunday is football day. Baseball's still alive. Playoff baseball still rocking, still rolling. We're going to be here. Tom Bay, thanks everyone. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow night.